Hey there, so today I want to return to the wonderful world of entertainment, and what a world it is. I mean, when I look at some of the stuff that has been going on in the anime dub community, it boggles my mind. It is amazing to think that there are people out there that thought that this could be done with impunity, that there are no consequences, that there are no caveats. No one told them to back off from what they were doing. And now, well, we see a representation on the Vic side popping up. And you know what? People out there, they still want to antagonize said person, said representation, said community, because they think nothing will happen. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this stuff, essentially what you had is a large group of people start brigading and trying to burn down a man's life and livelihood. They labeled him horrendous things. And well, those things, they are career ending. Now, the community out there, they watched this happen in real time, and they thought, what in the world is transpiring? And many people said, this can't happen until, enough was enough. $90,000 later, we look at representation here in the form of Toye Beard, and we see 5 words that go out that should be heeded. And yet certain people out there, they still want to play games. So, looking at these 5 words, we should go back and see what they're attached to. We're not going to go over the full context here. You can go and see those if you would want. All of that is out there in video form. But here's Monica talking about one of the ways that she basically goes in and tells you what happened to her. And of course threatens the community while you're at it. Threatens people because, hey, that's the way you should go. You see people discussing this too, saying she only apologized because Vic is suing her and his other accusers. This isn't, I'm sorry I was such a bee to my fans. This is, I'm sorry I'm about to go to court. Hashtag stand with Vic. So Ron decides he's going to comment and says, no, he isn't. You trolls think him lawyering up was an offensive move? Sorry, it was defensive. He knows the skeletons he has hidden are coming back to him. And you notice certain people, Mars girls up there, that are signing off on this stuff because, yeah, they really think that this is not an offensive move. $90,000 about to go on $100K. They don't think anything will happen. So Toye here, he takes 5 words and he basically, imagine them as fingers folding into a hand, making a fist. Every one of them, when we say it, move a finger yourself. Imagine that fist. We will be in touch. It comes out swinging. And you know what? Apparently you get a few glass jaws that think they should step right into it. So here you have Ron thinking it will be good to go out and to say, hey, I'm a tough guy too. Sounds good to me. I tried calling, left a message. We will be in touch. The place when he called, it was closed, by the way. He says that, hey, I wasn't trying to give you the idea that I was saying. I tried to get a hold of him, but hey, he didn't answer, even though that's the inference I take from this. Toye, he posted that on a Friday. Ron calls knowing business hours, but he says, no, that wasn't what I was trying to take from that. Did you miss the fact he treated me at 7 p.m. on a Friday when his office was closed? He has a thing called voicemail. I am not intimidated, and it is laughable that a partner at a law firm would post that comment. So, we will be in touch? That's laughable? That's intimidation? Then what have you folks been doing? I mean, when I look through what you've posted, what exactly have you folks been doing? Because when I look at that, wow, I see tens of thousands of words, not 5 words. I mean, what started all of this off? This comment. It was one comment plus 3 sheets that talk about a person out there and threaten the entire freaking community of folks that are talking about this with watch lists and on. So he says, he knows how to reach me, but this is trying a lame PR move. Now, we know if it's a PR move, it definitely resonates resonated. It definitely wasn't lame. How do I know that? Well, everybody's been talking about it, including you, Ron. But not only that, you see the 2.6K likes on that? In a comment chain like this, the first thing put in will get its likes, but normally you don't have anything that equals up to something like that. But people, they took notice. They noticed it, and well. Now, Ron decided he would go further. He, of course, likes to go and to talk about Nick Rekieta. He likes to call him hashtag blackface lawyer, even though there's hypocrisy that I noted about other people, say a Jamie Pridewell in that. But you see him talking here. Holy shit, someone get a wellness check on Ron's stat. So Ron, he throws in here exactly why I should be afraid. Go ahead, YouTube lawyer. What is the worst that could happen to me? Again, I know the answer, but it all hinges on one thing, and I'll let you explain that. So if that one thing is in my favor, what happens then? Go ahead, I will wait. So you think that items that you cannot back up, that you have no proof of, no videos and on, it's basically he said, she said, well, do you think that that's going to go in your favor? Do you think adding up enough people that throw out accusations is actually going to work? And then hair pulling of all things, you think those things are going to work for you? Or ideas that he abused fans in a specific P to the E to the D to the O way? You think that that's going to work out in your favors? Because I can tell you something. This kind of stuff right here, this kind of stuff, it has momentum. And well, it can burn a person down. You're thinking that comments made by people utilizing a hashtag, that's going to be your weapons. Well, I got news for you. That does not represent that guy, because anyone can utilize a hashtag. You folks, however, you've brigaded with the help of companies. You've done that while in your own professional roles. It's not like a person like, say, myself that is talking about this. It's not the same. People have not been calling for your roles, your life. They've not been trying to burn you down. You represent it that way, sure, but hey, that plus double standards. I hope also that people cover those too. When you look at, say, the Kaplans out there and the way that you defend those versus this, you find ways to go out and say, listen and believe only matters when. And yet you tell people, listen and believe. That's what my whole defense is going to hinge on. Now here is Jamie Marchi getting involved in this stuff too. And Jamie's got a lot to say on that. There are people out there saying, apparently vague tweets from a year-old account that has done literally nothing means everyone is going to court. You folks, you keep pretending that it hasn't marched toward a certain point, that it doesn't have momentum. You've been saying, GoFundMe, it's a scam. Hey, this guy will never lawyer up. There's no way that we could actually be held accountable for anything. We keep marching forward. We keep marching right over those little lines that have drawn in the sand, and yet you can't see that. You can't see that at all, and you see that. Oh man, from what I understand, the whole reason for the GoFundMe is to sue, quote unquote, the victims. But what if the guy that is talking about that, what if he is perceived as a victim? What then? Because they don't want people to speak out, perhaps. Maybe they don't want anyone else to come forward with any more information. So you're saying that is about suppression. That is an amazing accusation to throw out there, to levy against people, because you're not only levying that against Vic, you're levying it against people that have given money, that have helped go and promote this. You're levying it against people like myself. So what exactly are you basing that on? What do you think that debasing comment actually hinges on? I mean, how exactly do you go and defend it? If you think that you know any of us, what our motivations are, see, we're not paper thin like some of this stuff we've seen out there. The way that, again, the, say, voice acting community has represented itself. We've stood up and said, hey, we would like to see proof. We would like to do more than listen and believe. We would like to listen and examine. And, well, you see the way that comes up. You know, it's not going to court. They most likely won't be going, so calm down. You know, you get these comments. Oh, it's alleged. It's on. You know, you're not going to do anything. Okay. We'll see. You also have, you know, that going further here. You see, you see that post here? Oh, no, shake head. Jamie, I'm trying to have a conversation. I do not know that person. I'm not going to know that person, no matter how many screenshots you post. That's Vic's lawyer. Still think he's not going to sue anyone? I don't know her. I literally just told you he is Vic's lawyer. You can tell me all you want. It's not going to make me know that person. You know, I'm informing you that Vic is lawyered up, contrary to your beliefs. Lots of people have lawyers, huh? So what do you have then, I guess, Jamie? What exactly do you have? Empty statements. Vic is a lawyer for what? What do you think he has? A lawyer that needs $100,000. Oh, well, why exactly do you think that one would have a lawyer that costs that much money? Because they're prepared to ride litigation to the end. I mean, you folks pretend that you don't know what this is about, but I got news for you. Man, this should be an alarm bell. It should be a wake-up call. You should actually hear it resonating, and you should be quaking in fear. If you want to know about what things cost to, I actually looked at a lawsuit myself, and when I looked at that from one person based on one item, if you took it through discovery and on, you were talking about anything from $50,000 to $100,000. So that $100,000, yeah, it could be eaten up really, really quick. But again, let's play pretend. Let's be coy. Let's go out and think nothing's going to happen. I mean, this wasn't going to happen either, was it? None of this was supposed to go this far. You were supposed to just be able to burn someone down. They were supposed to absorb it. And you would have gotten to chase that socially transmitted disease, the current year clap. You would have gotten this while you would have chased those likes and retweets. And, well, you would have been able to move past that speed bump and continue to go on. But things, they didn't work out that way, did they? So anyhow, you tell me what you think on all this. I mean, when you're looking through it, when you look at these comments and on, what exactly do you see here? Do you see someone that's smart? Do you see someone that's responding properly? Or do you see people that are too dumb to be scared because, hey, they don't know exactly what they're doing? Or maybe they do. Maybe they're just trying to put on a brave facade because they can see the impending tide. Like I say, tell me what you think. So if you like what we're doing here, if you like this kind of content, you say to yourself, that umbrella guy, I love this place. I love this channel. In fact, you know what? I'd love to get you a beard cultivated right from Chuck Norris like this one because, hey, every cool person needs one. Thanks. I appreciate that. Sub, make sure you hit that bell from daily notifications. And if you want to go further, maybe you'd like to go into, say, duplication. You say, hey, Tug, I'd like to clone a few of them. I'd like you to build a facility to do that. Sounds good. Check out the links in the description so you can help build that too. Good stuff there, isn't it? Also, make sure that you leave comments. You know, I like seeing what people are thinking out there. I want to know how you see what's going on because, well, maybe you don't agree. Maybe you do agree. Maybe you got a good way of putting everything together that will just knock the socks off of people. Maybe you're funny too. I love funny comments. Whatever's out there, make sure that you leave them. And I want to end saying something. I try to end every time saying this. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you making channels because that's what you do. These folks, they have forgotten that message, and me, I don't want to forget it. So let me end by saying I appreciate you. I thank you for showing up, and let's do it again next time.